सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज.
The miseries of material existence and the most hopeless conditions of life is the best possible opportunity to turn to God.
You're listening to Bare Knuckle Bhakti Shorties on the Bhakti Recovery Podcast with Jiva G, coming at you every Monday with a little spiritual something. Good morning. Ooh, it's cold out. Here's the weather report. It's freezing. It's like 2 degrees above freezing, but I'm still out for my walk. My face is freezing off. But it's very nice to be out here. Lately I've been, like I said in the past couple of shorties that I've done, it's a lot of introspective work at the moment for me. And I'm following the instruction of one of my teachers, and lots of interesting things are happening. This dance that I've been doing between sentimental speculation and the word of Krishna through disciplic succession through the Vedas. Now I'm describing it as sentimental speculation for one reason. Because there's actually almost nothing that I can possibly do at this moment to be able to understand truly and purely, without any kind of conditioning, what is being told to me. This is fact. Because we're all subjected to our own conditionings, and everything is a matter of perspective. So how can I purely see or chant the holy name if I am completely subjected to perception? Right? Doesn't that make sense? I mean, this makes sense to me. What to do? Keep chanting. Keep doing the things that I'm doing. So, I was reading a book, and I'm not going to say because I don't want to criticize anything, and it actually isn't a criticism. It is it's an awareness that I have about my own self and the way I grapple with things, or at least try to figure things out. It doesn't necessarily have to be a grapple, a fight, or a wrestling match. It's maybe the getting around the puzzle, trying to figure stuff out, which is again only through the intelligence of my conditioning and the knowledge that I've received through those filters. Are you guys following me? I hope you're following me, because I'm barely following myself. So reading this book, there's a lot of, just like it should be, quotes from scripture, quotes from the Bhagavatam, excerpts from our sampradaya, and I've noticed in this book there was, and not many, just one or two areas of this book that were I would say sentimental speculation. And a few things were happening in my brain at once. One of those things was, Jiva, why the hell do you always have to find the holes? Why can't you just stick to what's being said and stop speculating on other people's speculations? That was the one thing. Concentrate on your own holes, Jiva. That was one thing that was going on. And another thing that was going on is what I'm talking about now. Is that how could I recognize that somebody was sentimentally speculating? At least that's what I saw it through. Maybe it's my own sentimental speculation that they're sentimentally speculating. But I saw, or I felt, I perceived that it was a sentimental speculation. So, how do we use those sentimental speculations for the good of Krishna consciousness, for our good in realizing? This is the thing. And so here I am. Now, I didn't want to get all complicated. It's just the way my mind works. It's very, it's a Pandora's box often in my head. So I'm not really interested in exploring all of that. I had the need to explain that before I go into what I'm saying. And it's actually very similar to a lot of things that I've always said. So, and that's the point, to my understanding, is that we take everything we have, or we think we have, and offer it in service to Krishna. So so if that's the case, is sentimental speculation, even if it's through the lens of what we've learned in Krishna consciousness, is it useful, or is it just another attachment? And do we use that attachment to serve Krishna? And how do we cleanse that? How do we cleanse that? And I'm not explaining it here, I'm asking. How do we cleanse that? How do we cleanse our sentimental speculations? And use it in Krishna consciousness, and use it in service to Krishna. The thing is that we are not robots, right? So we take all the scriptures as it is, as Prabhupada says, the Bhagavad Gita as it is, and all the scriptures as they are, and we implement them in our lives. We implement them in service to Krishna. This is what we do. Or this is what we're trying to do, of course. Now let me give you a really good example of what I mean by speculation. I don't mean speculating what Prabhupada or what the scriptures really might have meant, and might have, could have. I'm talking about in our daily lives, when we apply it to, like, let's say you see somebody hanging out under a tree, and their brow is slightly scrunched up, and they're looking, and you're passing by and you're observing that situation, and you see that guy or girl or whoever it is with that scrunched up brow, and you think, oh, that poor person, they look so stressed out. I feel bad for them. But in reality, and this is your perception of what's going on, but in reality, that person was just trying to look at something and was squinching just to see if they can focus in on something, and was thinking about one of the most beautiful things that they ever thought about. So we're really all subject to our own conditioning and what we think. The next person goes by that tree, sees that person, and perceives it totally differently. So, as it is also very, very subject to our own speculations and our own conditioning. What to do? My only answer to myself is to keep asking these questions to the right people. and getting those I can't separate myself at this moment from myself. I can't separate this beautiful jiva, spirit soul, the part and parcel of Krishna that I carry within my spirit. I can't separate this from this body at the moment. I understand intellectually that it's one and the same, plus it's different. And it's manifested in this material world in the age of Kali. So this is something that's clear intellectually. So the answer for myself in this and all of these questions, and I'm really sorry if I sound complicated to somebody. I hope you guys are following what I'm trying to say here and it's understandable. But I keep asking these questions. This is what I do. I don't dwell in them. I ask them and I find out. I don't want to have things like that make it feel like it's hopeless anyway, and I'm helpless to do something about it. So on one hand, these questions are really magical, and it leads you on a journey of curiosity and like a child. And on the other hand, it can get very frustrating because for me, I want to know, I want to have the answers. It's not just a question to leave alone. I want answers. And not only do I want answers, I want solutions. And not only do I want solutions, I want to live in those and maintain those on a daily basis. That's something that I aim for. And I was speaking with someone else, going a little on a side topic of this I was speaking with someone else who can't change their behavior no matter what. And for me on the outside to see that, it's so easy. Just do this and things will change. And it's always so easy for us to see in others what needs to be done in order for them to be on a path that they had said that they wanted. But to do it with ourselves, it's a whole other ballgame. So with all these contemplations and reflections that I'm doing and having at the moment, what to do with them? Well, keep asking questions. And not only that, keep acting, doing actions. I would say for me at the moment, it's reflection, going inside, and then acting upon the solutions I have at the moment and trying them out. I cannot be self-defeative about this. Sometimes the suggestions that I get or answers that I get from somebody doesn't relate to me at that moment in time, and then 2 years down the line I'll say, oh my God, that's so true. Having the willingness and the open-mindedness to try things out. Because if you're someone like me who thinks about things like that a lot, it's often hard for me to trust, and that's my conditioning, to trust that as it is as it is. That's even a question. Do we believe as it is as it is? So getting through those conditionings of mistrust and, what the hell do I have to lose? Sometimes we think because we're so clever, quote unquote, that introspective work that I'm doing, or that I'm not even doing, it's just happening, because that happens to me and I engage, I have to also be quite aware that often my solutions are just not the best solutions. Actually, more often. If I'm in a painful situation, or if I get myself into a situation that I've convinced myself of in some particular way, because I'm not either emotionally mature enough or spiritually mature enough, if I get into those situations, what I have learned and what the program has taught me is that my best thinking got me in that position. So being open-minded and saying, as it is, the Gita as it is, or the disciplic succession as it is, or the program as it is. If I'm open enough, it's better than the alternative, as I am, or as I think I am. Let's put it that way, as I think I am. My very cleverest thinking, my very cleverest everything has gotten me into so much trouble in the past. And it's not the thinking. I think I'm a very a very bright person. I don't know if I'm intelligent, but I'm pretty bright. But often I'm too emotionally immature and spiritually immature in order to be able to ask the right questions, because I'm so imprisoned at times with my own emotions or my own frustrations. Or it doesn't work. You try a tool for a month and it doesn't work. I mean, come on. So, yeah, I was a bit of a all over the place thing. I hope you guys saw the common thread in this. This is just sort of my thoughts and where I'm at the moment. I hope someone could get something from it. And I hope you guys have a great week. Hare Krishna. Keep asking them questions. That's what we do. Ask the questions. Practice the solution. Try it on for size. Keep an open mind. Give yourself a break. Listen to your mentor, your teacher, your guru. And take it as an experiment, even if you can't commit fully. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. I love you guys. Haribol.
Thanks for listening. I hope you liked the Monday Shorties. Don't forget to check out our full-length episodes on Thursdays. If you like what you heard, spread the word. Peace out.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज.
The miseries of material existence and the most hopeless conditions of life is the best possible opportunity to turn to God.